Environmental Conservation of Public Protection. The New York State Police and our partners is currently investigating the homicide of Melina Fratolin. I want to remind everyone that this is an ongoing investigation, and this information is preliminary and subject to change. On Saturday, July 19th, 2025, at approximately 10 o'clock p.m., Warren County 911 received a call from a man reporting his 9-year-old daughter missing with a possible abduction in the area of exit 22 of I-87 Northway in Lake George. The child was identified as Melina Fratolin, age 9, and the caller as her father, Luciano Fratolin, age 45. The New York State Police and Warren County Sheriff's Office immediately responded to the area of exit 22 of the Northway and initiated investigation and attempt to locate Melina. On Sunday, July 20th, a search detail comprised of officers from multiple agencies conducted an organized search in the town of Ticonderoga, New York. In an area Mr. Fratolin was suspected of having visited. During that search detail, at approximately 10:50, members of the New York State Police Forest Rangers located Melina deceased in the shallow portion of a pond. This investigation has revealed that on July 11th, 2025, Mr. Fratolin and Melina, both residents of Montreal, Quebec, legally entered the United States for the purpose of a vacation. They were expected to return to Canada on Sunday, July 20th, at which time Melina would be returned to the custody of her mother in Montreal. The mother and Mr. Fratolin had been estranged since 2019. The child resided full-time with her mother, and Fratolin visited with the child when in Canada. At about 5:30 p.m. on July 20th, Melina is observed with her father on video surveillance in Saratoga Springs, New York. At about 6:30 p.m., she spoke to her mother on the phone and told her she and her father were en route back to Canada. The child appeared to be in good health and did not indicate she was under any duress. The investigation has determined sometime after Melina's phone call with her mother and before Mr. Fratolin's 911 call, he allegedly murdered Melina and left her body in a remote area where she was later discovered by law enforcement. Initial reports from Mr. Fratolin of a suspicious white van in the area of the alleged disappearance was proven to be untrue. The suspect has been charged with murder in the second degree and concealment of a human corpse. He was then transported to the Essex County Correctional Facility where he was held pending arraignment. The suspect is scheduled to be at Ticonderoga Town Court this morning for arraignment. Melina's cause of death is pending the results of an autopsy, which is scheduled for later today. This is certainly a difficult case and a heartbreaking investigation. On behalf of the New York State Police and our law enforcement partners, I want to offer our condolences to the family of Melina. I would additionally like to thank our partners with the Warren County Sheriff's Office, Essex County Sheriff's Office, Warren County District Attorney, Essex County District Attorney, the Montreal Police Department, Department of Environmental Conservation, the Ticonderoga Police Department, and the FBI for their assistance in this investigation. If any member of the public has information regarding the death of Melina Fratolin, I encourage them to contact the New York State Police at area code 518-783-3211. I will now answer a limited number of questions. I ask for your patience as due to the active nature of this ongoing investigation, I am limited with respect to how much we can release at this time. The motive is still under investigation.
What led you to believe that? What was the first sign that there were inconsistencies in the story?
Yes. So the suspect's initial account is that he had pulled over in the area of exit 22 in Lake George, pulled over into a parking lot to urinate. His initial report is he steps away to a wooded area, returns to the vehicle, and at that point, his child is gone from the vehicle. He reports a suspicious white van fleeing the scene southbound. During a subsequent interview, he then reports 2 unknown males forced her into a white van. That lead was thoroughly investigated and disproven.
Do we know the cause of death yet?
The cause of death is pending the results of the autopsy, which is scheduled for today. Go ahead.
Do you know anything about his mental state of mind?
We have no information that there's any issues with mental health. No.
And you say that he was estranged from his wife. Do you know if he was authorized to travel alone with his daughter?
He was.
Does Mr. Fratolin have any criminal record in the U.S. or Canada that you're aware of?
He has no criminal history. He has no domestic violence history either.
Giuliano in the discovery of her body?
I cannot provide any information with regard to that at this point.
How will it work since they're both Canadian citizens? How will you try?
I don't want to speak to the prosecution, but he'll be charged and prosecuted in New York State.
What led you to Ticonderoga?
I don't want to divulge too much with respect to law enforcement technology or the tools we use, just to say that we focus our search area at Ticonderoga based on inconsistencies in his initial account, as well as some technology available to law enforcement.
Where did the 911 call emanate from?
The suspect,
No, geographically. Where was
Warren
it?
County.
Okay. Was it in Lake George though, or was it?
It was the area of Lake George, correct, in the area of exit 22.
Forgive me if this was already covered. What are the charges?
Murder in the second degree and concealment of the human corpse.
In terms of the Amber Alerts, I know there's been reports of some people getting it, some not. Can you just tell us what the process was in issuing the Amber Alerts and what time?
I don't have the time in front of me, but I can tell you just any time an Amber Alert is issued, there's a balance between providing prompt information to the public, but also ensuring that information is accurate and reliable. We don't want to numb the public with unvetted alerts. So in this case, it was difficult to confirm some of the initial information provided by the suspect.
Do we know what place that they were visiting? You asked where they were visiting.
It was just a vacation. It was a planned vacation. They visited a couple locations in Connecticut as well as New York. They were most recently in New York City.
You said surveillance was in Saratoga Springs. Was that the last piece of surveillance you received, or was there anything more than that?
That's correct.
Could you just go over the timeline one more time?
I do not have the timeline in front of me.
What was the surveillance? Where was that? Was that a business? Or?
It was at a restaurant.
Do you know about how many officers were devoted to this search?
I can't give you a number. It would be measured in the dozens. The Warren County Sheriff's Office sent every resource available to investigate this right at its inception. Same with the New York State Police. We had us in conjunction with the law enforcement partners. We had aviation, drones, K-9, investigators, uniformed troopers. Every resource we had to bear, we applied in this investigation.
Where will the arraignment be held today, and do you have a time?
I don't have a time. It's scheduled for today in town of Ticonderoga Court.
Just to clarify, you said the body was found in shallow water?
In the shallow portion of a pond in a remote area. That's correct.
What area was that?
We're not divulging the location at this point.
Did it appear that he had tried to conceal the body?
Yes.
How do you think the response was? You had a multi-agency search in a very short period of time. How did that work for you? How do you think that went?
Public safety is always our number one priority. While these cases are very rare, they are incredibly tragic. And I just want to ensure the public that the New York State Police and our law enforcement partners will always utilize all available resources to apprehend any offenders that endanger children.
Can you talk at all about how difficult this case was involving a 9-year-old girl?
It was very difficult. It's very emotional. I was at the command post when we received notification that she was deceased. It was very difficult and emotional. At that point, though, the best we could do is provide some measure of justice to the family, and we are just fortunate we're able to do that in this case.
Did he stay, within police presence after that 911 call, or was he, under any sort of observation?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
After was he on the 911 call, did he stay under any sort of observation by police? Was he, I guess, in sort of some sort of police presence up until his arrest?
Yes, he reported this. He fabricated the initial report of the abduction, and he was in the custody of police from that point on.
We'll take one more question, guys.
Did you say that the mother? I'm sorry. Did you say if the mother had any concerns about the safety of her daughter while she was with him?
She had no concerns for her daughter's safety while she was with him. She knew that he was taking her on this trip to the States. Law enforcement was in contact with her, as well as Montreal PD, during the course of the investigation. Thank you.
Guys so much.